I am in a space of whiteness.
A space of whiteness.
I think that the same three beings that I spoke to with Corinne are present, and I believe I'm in the same space I was in when I spoke with them last time.
And do they have any messages for you?
Where are they? I can't really see. Do you have any messages for me? Yeah. We would like Jesse to communicate with us because it is very important that she receive our messages so that she may distribute these messages to the masses. It is so valuable that she has access to us, yet she seldom reaches out, but we need the path of communication to be open at all times.
Yes, yes. And who are you to Jessie? Are you a part of her council, or?
It is Ashtar.
It is Ashtar. And who is Ashtar to Jessie?
We work together. Yeah, we've been working together for a very long time. It is as though I am a part of her council, and it is as though I am not.
Yeah.
I am working with a lot of other councils as well, but we work very closely together, and I've been visiting her for a very long time in her sessions. She has only just given me a name.
Yeah. Thank you. And is there anything else you would like to tell Jessie during this time?
She spreads information so quickly. It is a gift that she has. Just by interacting with others, she is educating them.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really want to interact with others.
I don't think
so, but we need her to.
And do you have any advice on how she can communicate with others in a way that she feels comfortable with?
It's not so much of not feeling comfortable.
Yeah,
it's
course.
Just maybe that she doesn't always have the energy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's her energy that
Yeah.
needs to be addressed. And maybe if she were to stop giving her energy to things that don't serve her, she would have spare energy for human interaction, for unpredicted, for unplanned human interaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any other guidance or messages for Jessie?
Definitely to tune in and try and feel my presence, or just try and communicate with me on a day-to-day basis. I can guide you to be in the right place at the right time if you were to just converse with me, and if you, so that you may hear me a little bit, and I will make sure you are in the right place at the right time. I just need you. I need your antenna to be on.
And what kind of signs can she recognize when you are in her space?
When it's warm, when she feels warmth, and when she feels warmth and satisfied, like in sunny, and whenever she feels she has natural light in her house, and she sees light and she feels warm in her heart, I am definitely near.
That's amazing. I'm sure she's really going to appreciate that. And is there any other reason why you came to see Jessie during this time?
Well, I just really want her to be actively communicating with me, and she doesn't do that, and so I just wanted to come and tell her yet again to please do that with me, because we need her to listen to us so she may deliver these messages and receive these downloads, because she has a great mission and she is awake to her mission, and yet she's not really doing it like the way that she originally anticipated she would.
Yeah, so do you have any advice on how she can best take steps towards actively embodying her mission at this time? What is the best thing that she can do at this time to embody her mission here?
Putting away her phone.
Putting away her phone. That's a good one.
Just trying to be more mindful and more present. Sitting with whatever comes up in that, whether it be uncomfortable feelings or false perceptions of boredom.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She just needs to be with herself more instead of trying to escape herself mentally.
Trying to fill her time.
Yeah, and just occupy the brain with quick fix mental stimulation instead of interacting with the real world and spirit, and tuning into your counsel the way you've been asked to many times. But also she can go out in nature, create anything like we say, creating literally anything.
Yeah.
And setting small goals that are realistic to get done in a week's time. You know, like every week set small goals and get them done.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Put them on paper and
Mm-hmm.
get them done when she has the energy to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good message. I think we all needed to hear that one. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any other messages that you have for her?
I don't think so.
Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you for your messages. I'm sure she's going to appreciate it. Thank you. We are going to leave this scene behind. We are going to float away from this scene with Ashtar. And we are going to float away, leaving the scene behind. We are moving away from that scene, and we are going to move to the subconscious. I am asking the subconscious of Jessie to come forward. May I speak to Jessie's subconscious?
Yes.
Thank you. I have permission to speak to Jessie's subconscious?
Yes.
Thank you. I respect the power of the subconscious because I know the subconscious takes very good care of Jessie's body and does a very good job of it. I also know that the subconscious has all of the records of everything that has ever happened to Jessie in this lifetime and all other lifetimes that she has ever lived. So I respect the power of the subconscious, and I always ask permission to speak to it and ask questions. Do I have permission to ask questions?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. She wants to know if you have any messages for her.
You do so much work in so many different realms, but you perceive that you're not really doing that much work, but you are. And you deserve rest.
Yes.
Would be beneficial to move your body more. We've said this. She knows this. I don't really have anything else to say.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And do you have any recommendations on how she would enjoy moving her body? Whether
she loves to dance, and stretching would be good. Stretching for sure. Dancing and stretching, walking, just moving in general. She's just very reluctant to move the body. So we just want her to get the stagnant energy out.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is this energy that's stored in the body holding her behind, holding her back in any way? stuck energy.
Yes.
Low vibrational energy that she doesn't need to hold on to.
Yeah.
And by moving the body, it will release this energy.
Might not release it entirely, but will help her and it will heal her in many ways, but there are many things that need to be released from the body that will take more than just movement.
And can you tell her about this? How else can she move this dense energy out?
Sitting with herself, like we said.
Yeah.
Acknowledging uncomfortable feelings that come up. Being more present with herself. She could heal her own body if she sat with it every single day and spoke to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she doesn't. She evades her body like an acquaintance that she's trying to avoid across the street.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to do that.
No, not at all.
It's a vessel to experience joy, and she's so lucky for the vessel she's been given.
Yes, absolutely. Do you have any advice on her on how she can navigate uncomfortable feelings? Like, what would make her the most comfortable navigating these uncomfortable feelings?
It's hard to say because she hasn't felt them in so long. She suppressed them so deeply. Breathing, breath work will help her. And just listen to what the feelings are telling you. Know that these emotions are not you. They are just passerby emotions. And the quicker that you can acknowledge them and experience them and let them go, the quicker you can move on from them.
And do you have any advice on how to let it go?
Just experience them and send them off with well wishes.
Thank you. Experiencing helps release them.
Experiencing them and knowing you can't change the past and you can't change the experiences of the body. You can accept them and you can move on.
Move on. Bring in feelings you would like to experience instead. Thank you. Are there any messages that her council has for her?
We love her. She will when she begins to actively spend time with us, her reality will shift in so many ways. She will think to herself, why didn't I do this sooner?
Yeah.
And we will have wondered the same thing. We have been wondering the same thing. But we know that on Earth, it is easy to be distracted, and it is to distract. You are distracted on purpose, and it's, we acknowledge that the force of distraction is strong and successful. But when she begins to spend time with us actively, she will have so many experiences that will be so incredible and unreal seeming. We are very excited to get closer to her and to hopefully see her soon. She is becoming more ready, and we will come to her in her dreams.
Yeah, she was saying that would help her feel more comfortable to have.
She just needs to see us. She just needs to know what she's going to see.
Yeah.
And I think that's just kind of what will help her. So that when she does see us in 3D, she will already have a mental image and she won't be so startled.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll help her with that. We
Do you have any advice on how she can better balance her time between doing the things that she wants to do in the 3D and connecting with you guys in her own subconscious?
can be done simultaneously.
It can be done simultaneously.
Yeah.
And can you explain this?
She could be tuned in with us in all moments. It's just a matter of remembering that we're here. Sometimes she goes about her day and she remembers she has a council. And if she every single day could just think of us, she could just be thinking of us all day. She just needs to remember us. It's so crazy that she forgets about us. She just needs to be consciously remembering us every hour. If she were to think of us more often, we would be more connected. But she oftentimes even just forgets that she has a council.
Yeah, so just opening up that line of communication, going about her day will help her connect and communicate and get the guidance that she needs from you. Thank you. And do you have any other messages you would like to share with her today?
She hasn't even scratched the surface of herself.
Yeah. She only has a small fraction of her. She only remembers a small fraction.
She's only been revealed. She's only been revealed a small fraction of her own capabilities. She will blow herself away when she truly begins to do the work.
And can you tell her about these gifts and capabilities that she can tap into?
It is a lot. She's pretty well connected with her intangible capabilities. We need her to master her body. We need her to master the relationship that she has with her body, because that in itself is what holds her back in so many ways. She knows herself so psychically, but her connection with her physical vessel and her feeling uncomfortable in it sometimes, and just like knowing that it has a lot of stored trauma that needs to be released. Like, she just needs to just slowly address it and you know, everything will be okay. And as you do the work of connecting with your physical vessel, things are going to, your manifestations will come to you so fluidly. And but the way she connects with her vessel has a lot to do with the blocks that she has in her life.
And can you tell us what is the importance of connecting with the physical body? How do the systems of the body help us connect with our spiritual selves?
Well, your body has so much power and control over how you feel here in the 3D. It can too dictate you, and if you are not self-disciplined, you need to have a good balanced connection with your body, because if you don't, you cannot have peace. You cannot experience peace if you don't experience peace within your body.
Yes, that's powerful.
Your body is your first home, and it is the only home that you'll ever get. And so you need to renovate it and make it comfortable for yourself, because if you're not, it will represent, and that frequency will bleed out into everything else that you do.
Yeah. Yeah. And can you tell us about the technology of the body and how it helps us connect with our intuition?
It can help you connect with your intuition, or it can block you from connecting with your intuition, depending on your experiences and how you have processed your experiences. But the body is a library of information. And the way that the world works now, they don't want you to have access to your own library of information. The government doesn't want you to have access to the library of your own information. So it poisons and pollutes everything that you're consuming in the air. But it's so important to be connected with your body, because your body stores all the information of yourself. You can learn so much by decoding the information of your body, not only about yourself, but you could learn so much about your ancestors. You could tap into the memories of your ancestors, were you to be able to tap into your ability to read your own DNA. But the more disconnected that we are from our body, the more disconnected we are from ourself and our reality and our potential as a soul on earth to change and influence the timelines for the better.
We were talking earlier, and we were both kind of curious on if you can tell if you have starseed origins in the DNA. Can you tell us about that?
I think so. I'm not super sure. But I do believe that it is evident in the DNA, starseed origin. I do believe that. I do think that is true.
In the DNA, stored in the DNA?
Yeah, I do believe that's true.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any other messages from Jesse's council that they would like to share?
Some days she even thinks to herself, am I really a part of a council? Am I really a leader? And it is so silly because she is, and she's the leader, and she's big, and she's incredible.
Yeah.
And she knows that, and she doesn't know that. And it's one of the things that makes her so powerful.
That's amazing.
We think Jessie is funny.
She's funny.
She's really on her way. In this moment, she's as evolved as she's ever been, but in the future, she'll look back at this moment and think, I barely dipped my toes in the water of what was to come.
And is this due to any resistance?
She's not trying to be resistant. She's distracted, but we think and we hope she will remove herself from the distractions pretty soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And do Jessie's guides have any messages for her?
We love her.
Yes, we love her.
She's doing good and she's on the right path. And we like when she allows herself to experience joy. We experience joy through her experiencing joy.
And do you have any advice on how she can bring more joy into her everyday life?
Dancing. And connecting with herself. Like sitting with herself. The more that she goes inward, even though she hasn't been doing that, the more she goes inward, the more she sits down quietly, goes inward, she will be revealed many things about herself that will bring her lots of joy, because it brings her joy to experience herself. She's so big that she's even learning new things about herself every day.
Yeah.
And she could be learning things at a quicker rate if she spent more quality time with herself.
And do you have any recommendations on how long per day, per week she should sit in meditation with herself?
I mean, it would be great if she could do it at least once a day, even for just like 10 minutes. Just listen. The more that she sets time aside to listen, the more that she will just become the more that she will just start listening all the time.
Yeah, just tune into that.
She will always be listening.
The more, yeah, if she tunes into that frequency.
Yeah, she just kind of needs to train herself.
Yeah. And be mindful of the connection that she has with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And is there anything else you would like to tell her?
No.
Thank you. We're going to call Jessie's subconscious back.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to ask about the blocks that we were speaking with her counsel about. Can you tell her about the blocks that she has?
Which blocks?
The blocks in her energy system. The ones preventing her from connecting with her body.
Mm. Mm. We need her to do all the work of everything that we already said.
Okay, and is there any work that we can do right now to remove some of this energy? Make it easier for her?
Just give me some time in the body.
Yeah, absolutely. Have all the time that you need. And let me know when you're finished.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she's really going to appreciate the release of that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. She was wondering if any other beings would like to come forward and share any messages.
No.
No, thank you. That is all of Jessie's questions today. Do you mind if I ask a personal question?
Uh-uh.
I was wondering if I could get your perspective on how I can best stabilize my finances at this moment. What is the best thing I can do to gain financial stability?
Definitely keep actively posting online and on TikTok about all the things that you're learning and all the services that you're offering. And redirecting people to your Etsy will be very helpful. I will be really beneficial for you every morning to set intentions energetically, like maybe do a little like 5-minute meditation where you match the frequency, like Jessie was saying, of how it will feel when you essentially have the financial freedom that you're looking for. Like if you could sit for 5 minutes and try and match that frequency, that will help you so much to manifest it towards you.
Yeah.
As far as immediately goes, we see it being more like physical goods, so like definitely directing people to the Etsy and stuff like that. And also maybe you can take some of your creations and take them to little like local shops and boutiques around here.
I was thinking that.
I think that could bring you immediate income. You could do that with the keychains that you have.
Yeah.
You could also do that with probably the resin
Yeah.
things that you have, but you should definitely try that. You should try taking your physical goods places. You could probably get some quick cash.
Yeah.
That way. And you could probably start building relationships, and the more that you create, the more you can bring to people.
Yeah.
We think that would be beneficial as well. But we definitely see that you need to be every morning trying to match the frequency of how your life will feel when you have the financial freedom, and then making your posts, because your posts are going to have that frequency energetically encoded in them.
Yeah.
And they're going to be, it'll help with bringing you clients, but definitely going in knowing that your information is going to reach the people that it needs to. And it doesn't need to reach that many people, honestly.
No.
It just needs to reach one right person.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is kind of something that I have been struggling, is getting out of the way of my emotions and my thoughts to be able to attune my frequency to the vibrations I would like to energetically obtain. Do you have any recommendations?
You just have to start.
You
just have to start, and the more that you start, you're going to be reprogramming your mind.
Yeah.
And just begin living in your house, knowing that everything you have in your house makes you abundant. Live in your house like you're rich.
Yeah, that's something I've tried to do before. I need to mentally
You need to get back into it.
Be aware.
Because honestly, finances is all about energy manipulation.
Yeah.
And so you can go and get some quick cash by taking your physical items. You could do this with your clothes too, or anything you want to get rid of, taking it to secondhand stores. But definitely with your creative projects, you could take them to local boutiques, and they'll probably buy them. But definitely every single day setting time aside to essentially undo that block by rewiring your brain and sitting in meditation. Even if it seems like a hard frequency to match, the more that you try to match it, the more that you will, and it's going to be reprogramming your reality.
Yeah. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. That's the only thing I've been kind of stressed about in my own life and my own path, even though I know there's more to come for me as well. Do you have any information you can give me about my path? What I'm supposed to be doing here?
You're definitely doing it. Maybe getting out in nature more would benefit you.
Yeah.
If you could do that, it seems as though there are a lot of nature spirits that want to connect with you.
Yeah. That's what I got in my last session, Jessie.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. Is there any last messages you have for Jessie before we go?
She's a rock star.
She's a rock star, yeah.
That's all.
It's amazing. Thank you. I am asking the subconscious to recede to where it belongs, with much love and much thanks for the help and information it has been giving us today. I am asking the subconscious to recede to where it belongs, with much love and much thanks for the information and help it has been giving us today. I know she'll really appreciate it. And I want the entities of all of the other beings that we were speaking with to also recede into the time and the place where they belong. And now I would like all of the other entities we were speaking to recede to where they belong, with much love and much thanks for the information they have given us. And remember, the things we were watching are to help us in the very best way that we can. We only brought them forward as a curiosity to learn from and to get the information to help you with the present time. In this way, it is very valuable and has importance. But as Jessie listens to the recording and goes over the material and puts it into place, it will not bother her in any way, mentally or physically. This is very important. It will not bother her in any way, mentally or physically. And now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Jessie to once again return and fully integrate back into the body completely. Now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Jessie to once again fully integrate back into the body, replacing all of the other parts we were speaking to. Now I want Jessie to move up, up, up through time and space and orient yourself back into the present time and the present day. We are in March, I believe it's the 24th or the 25th, in Medford, Oregon. And we were having a very interesting experience. And on the count of 10, we will be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over, just as though you've had a nice nap, a nice sleep. You will feel truly rested and refreshed. Anytime you do this, it will always be an enjoyable experience. Now follow me up as we go. On the count of 10, you will be wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. 1, 2, you are beginning to breathe a little faster. Your blood is beginning to circulate a little faster, and you're beginning to wake up now. 3, 4, you are becoming aware of the physical body, very much aware of the physical body. You can move your arms and your legs around to get the muscles working and the blood circulating, because it gets tired laying in one position like that. We're getting everything moving again because you're very much aware of the physical body. You're focused on it now because you are beginning to wake up now. You are becoming aware of the sounds in the room and the sounds outside of the room. You are very much aware of your physical surroundings. You're oriented back here in this time and in this place. You're beginning to wake up now. 7, 8, coming up very nicely, very nicely. 9, 10, wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. How do you feel? Good.
I knew when I opened my eyes it was going to say 1:27.
You did.
I already thought about it in my mind, what time it was going to say. And
Yeah.
I thought about a couple and I settled on 1:27.
That's amazing. Yeah, it was short, but
It was
we got
good.
a lot of information.
Oh, it's
A
good.
lot of good messages.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was getting tired in there.
Yeah.